Don't you think Batman ever gets tired? Isn't Batman allowed to take a day off? Would the villains run rampant and take advantage of his absence? Probably. But what would happen if they turned over a new leaf and decided to help out Gotham? Could they do a better job than the Cape Crusader? In today's challenge, I'm asking the question, can you beat LEGO Batman the video game without superheroes? To help us answer that question, I'm going to have the entire villain cast at my disposal, and any extras that I may use. Now, without further ado, let's start the challenge with the Riddler's Revenge. We start with level 1-1, where we fight DC's Sandman. Luckily, this level's pretty easy. I walked through this poison, blew up this concrete mixer with Penguin, and this truck as well. Now, up here, there's a problem. The only way through is using the tech panel with either Robin or Nightwing to use this RC car to get into the building, push these panels, and open the door. I tried to wall jump up the side of the building to glitch through, but it never worked. I wasn't sure what to do. I really thought this was the end of the challenge. Nice. That trick, my friends, is called an E-glide. Basically, it just allows me to glide really far. This trick might come up later, so I just wanted to let you know. Anyway, after that E-glide, I beat up Clayface and blew him up. Fortunately, Joker had a gun to hit the valves up top to defeat him. Here's level 1-2 with Dr. Low Temperature. I jumped up and over the fence because it seems like nothing can break the top 2 locks. Here comes another hero-related issue. Only Robin and Nightwing can use magnetic walls. That makes getting up here tricky. I tried double jumping. Oh. Well, I was gonna go through a whole elaborate explanation of jumping all the way up here and E-gliding across, then pulling the lever. But I guess that works too. The entrance to Freeze's lair remains the same up until this other magnetic wall. Fortunately, I can parkour around it. Now, here's a snake-looking magnetic wall. I thought that I may as well bypass it because it's not useful. So I made it all the way across with parkouring, just to meet yet another magnetic wall. This really stumped me. I initially wrote this level off as impossible because even with E-gliding to the top, no non-magnetic character can pull the lever without slipping off. That is until I saw this trick. And it works! I can hit the loading point and into the next section. This next bit is also the same until... This next bit is the same, except I parkoured over to these handlebars to get up to the top and then unblock the entrance to Freeze's fight. It's actually going well. I just hit him a handful of times until this part. What should I do? Parkour! Hey, it worked. And it worked on the other side as well. That way, I can assemble the boxes to finish off Mr. Freeze. Level 1-2 in Icy Reception is, in fact, possible. Level 1-3 is a vehicle level, which initially had me worried. Since there are not many vehicles in the game, you're given all of them to mess around with. Of course, the hero vehicles can tow the crashed trucks, but what villain can? No way. Batman's lover. As it turns out, Catwoman is the only villain that can tow the crashed trucks. That means this whole level is played the same way as if you're playing with the heroes. Hurt the trucks, tow them to the spot. I said tow them to the... Get in the spot! There we go. And then the exact same thing with Two-Face's truck. Level 1-4, the one with Poison Sumac. We're off to a really good start. Almost a third of the way through and no impossible level yet. I wonder what awaits me in level 4. What? No matter what I tried, I was never able to pass this stupid door.
Give me rent.
What? That was weird. Anyway, I did see this glitch from Mr. the Hamster, but I have zero idea on how it works and how to replicate it. So, Sonar Suit it is. Because of that, I conclude that this level is impossible. Even if I were to pass that first door, I was never able to glitch behind Pamela's guard dog as shown here. So, we have our first impossible level. But, how many levels are possible without heroes? Can the villains do a better job of protecting the city? They've been doing fine so far, so I guess let's continue. Level 1-5. The bank fight with the Puzzler and Binary Appearance. The whole bridge fight up to the bank is normal. I fought valiantly to the elevator, performed an E-glide across, and realized that I could not destroy this target. Oh well, see you later, player 2. What a loser. Can't E-glide for himself. Now, what does this button do? Oh. Hey, player 2. I was looking everywhere for you. I was definitely not making fun of you or anything. Please don't tell him anything, guys. Alright, player 2, back to the level. Oh no. It's that annoying younger cousin that you avoid at every family gathering. I'll just skip you by punching up the wall without VSync. There you go. Then, I entered the bank through the suspended scaffolding. Oh no! He walked across the poison! I guess I'll never defeat him now. Nice. Then, I continued chasing him. I pulled the levers with the penguin, crossed this laser floor, and headed into the vault. It basically plays out the same. Beat up the lawyer and build deflectors to deflect Riddler's shots back at him. Twice. Then go back and forth hurting the Riddle Man and the disfigured courtroom debater. That wraps up Riddler's Revenge with 4 out of 5 levels being possible. Now entering Powered Crazed Penguin. Level 2-1, the Black Cat level. Hello there. Let me just jump around you. Pardon me. There we go. I then jumped off of this tightrope to get up here without the hero's stupid grapple point. Double jumping sure comes in handy, doesn't it? This level's going good. Now it's not. What evil mastermind designed this game? I was frustrated with all these stupid magnetic walls. How can I cross? Wait. I knew those magnetic walls would come in handy. I never doubted them for a second. Anyway, this first Catwoman fight is no different. I can get across the buildings and up here much easier with a double jumping character. Just gotta time this right. I can't do it. Help me, player 2. There we go. Now this Catwoman fight was tricky because she likes to jump all the way to the top. Since there are no villains that can grapple, I was stuck. That was until I had a look at the environment. Do you see that to the left there? I double jumped onto the light, which gave me enough height to get to the top. Then it's a literal cat and mouse chase beating her up. Or I guess you can just throw her off the side of the building. That works too. Level 2-2, another vehicle level. Will I have the same luck as in Two-Face Chase? No. No, I will not. Unfortunately, there are no villain boats that can use bombs like the Bat Boat. I even tried to dive under the first wall of Penguin's sub. And, of course, there's an invisible barrier. Go figure. Even if there were some way to get through without Batman, the final fight requires bombs anyway. That makes this level impossible. We're doing good though. Only 2 out of 7 have been impossible thus far. Level 2-3, the one with the alligator man. Double jumping makes this section much easier. I then drain the aquarium and enter the next section with the penguin. I then just flew past this whole section and beat up these defenseless crocodiles. Ow, oh, I said defenseless. I then blew up the drain cover. Then I activated these stairs and used Killer Croc to pull this lever. That allowed me to go to my appointment with the alligator man. This fight was nothing special. Just hit him, steer clear of his anger problems, and hit him some more. I did try stealing his stuff, but I think he might be magic. Level 2-4 has the Deaf Man. It starts off fine jumping over the fence to break it. I then committed more property damage and made it to the bridge. Since I am not Batman nor Robin, I have no need for these suits. Here, at the gate, is a glass casing over the lever. I tried so hard to get past this gate with bombs, the bulldozer, and to even glitch player 2 through, but nothing worked. Of course. This level is then impossible without the sonar suit. What's even more infuriating is that the rest of the level is easy. I blew up the ship with the penguin, and then the man-bat fight played out normally. See? All it takes is one thing to completely screw over the level. Level 2-5. Finally, the level with the Lorax. This level is actually pretty simple with a double jumper. I just jumped across both sections, saved a citizen because I am such a great person, and made it into Penguin's man cave. I just skipped to the end by blowing up each penguin treadmill. Now, I thought it was going to be easy, but once you hit the little guy, he flies up into the air and nothing will get him down except batarangs. Fortunately, I know a trick. I jumped over to this poison pool to coerce the penguin into falling into it to his death. Wait, player 2, what are you doing? No! Are you okay, Mr. DeVito? Can you climb back up? Yeah, this attempt was a bust. Let's try that again. That wasn't supposed to happen. This trick was supposed to instantly kill him. There we go. With the penguin's demise ends Power Crazed Penguin, with 3 out of 5 levels being possible. On to Joker's return. Isn't this like his 3rd return this week? On to level 3-1 with the guy from Alice in Wonderland. Sorry, just gotta save Mr. Freeze real quick. This whole first section is no problem. I just have to wait for Penguin's fat thighs to weigh it down. In this section, to progress, I have to block off these poison vents. Excuse me, Mr. Penguin, sir. What are you doing, dude? Anyway, I used his bombs to get across to activate the bridge. I then activated the elevator. Now, where to next? Hey, I activated the bridge! Huh. A lot of funny looking walls. I then went to fight the Hatter. His fight wasn't out of the ordinary. I was concerned about the strange textures on this wall, but I managed to gain enough height to bypass it and get player 2 up here to activate this button. That drops Mr. Tetch into the poison, resulting in his beatdown. Repeat the same process on the other side. Level 3-2, the level where you fight an insane psychiatrist. Huh. That kinda seems like an oxymoron, doesn't it? The level is just fighting a bunch of Joker gooners. Hey, doesn't it look like Batman's suit shrunk in the dryer? Serves him right for forcing me to use it in level 1-4. To bypass this disgusting wall, I wall jumped Poison Ivy up to the next area. To avoid seeing Robin suck things, I use this V-Sync glitch again with Mr. Freeze. That makes me go blasting off again. This gate was easy to open, and so was fighting Harley Quinn. Level 3-3, the plane level. I wasn't sure about this level considering the 50-50 possibility ratio on vehicle levels. What does Mr. Crane have planned for me? I can't use torpedoes. Of course, I can't utilize the level's main gimmick. Not even Scarecrow can use them. But he has his own torpedoes, don't you worry. Of course, that's brilliant. I did try looking for any extras that could help me, but this game doesn't really have the best of extras. Even if I got through this section, I could use Joker for bombs to get to the next section, which then requires Batman's torpedoes anyway. Oh, but what about the boss fight? It requires torpedoes. Just go on to the next level. Level 3-4, the one with Homicidal Butterfly. First things first, repair the Batwing. I'm sure Batman appreciates it. And then you blow up this truck. Inside, I can use these plants to parkour my way up, so I can blow up these lights to repair these tiles for the elevator. This part worried me because, as you all know, I cannot use tech panels. But, let's see what I can do. First, blow up this statue. What? Then I realized that was a waste of my time, build the speakers, and bust out some sick dance moves. Here's the impasse. I cannot activate the robot, so I wasn't sure what to do. Alright then. Here, I was able to jump up with Pam to get to this giant water gun. But I could not destroy these objects on the wall without batarangs. Feel like we've seen this before. On to plan B. B as in wall jump. I made it over and then into Mothman's room. It's time to look at his search history. Dang it! His password requires a tech panel. I tried to make him let me in, but nothing worked. The tech panels are required, unfortunately. That's the only way to power up this massive light bulb. What is that? I had no idea he could do that. On to the last level. Level 3-5, the one where you fight Luke Skywalker. Honestly, this level was pretty chill. I just blew this up to build this wall, but I then realized it was going to ruin the air surrounding it. I just parkoured instead to let Harley Quinn out of Joker's basement. Her fight was simple. Now, inside the church, it just required a lot of parkour and gliding. To avoid this grapple point, I parkoured up with a double jumper like the Chad I am. Now, to get player 2 up here. You weren't supposed to do that. There we go. Up in the final room, pressing the jump buttons allows me to press both buttons to reveal the helicopter. That was also an easy fight, just splash him with some water. Joker's fight was a lot of back and forth that involved electrocution. Nothing our villains can't handle though. That concludes Joker's return, with 3 out of 5 levels possible without superheroes. Well, that challenge was actually quite fun. In the end, even though every level is not possible without heroes, I think we found a pretty definitive answer. A good 2/3 of the hero levels are indeed possible. Of course, there may be some glitches I overlooked, and definitely room for improvement that could change that number. And if there are, please let me know in the comments. And maybe I'll do this for the villain missions. Thanks so much for taking your time to watch today's challenge. We were really close to breaking 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate every one of you who have subscribed thus far and have supported me. So thank you all a ton. If you like this video and want to see more like it, please consider liking and subscribing because that'll be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to share this video with your family and friends, and, as always, see you later and have a great day. Hey, quick editor's note here. While wrapping up editing on this video, I realized that we surpassed 1,000 subscribers. I am in disbelief. Surpassing 1,000 subscribers. I didn't have anything big planned because this was so sudden, so thanks a lot. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, so thanks for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers, and I'll see you later. Have a great day.